They tried to silence her. They tried to control her. But now, the truth is coming out. What if I told you that one of hip-hop's biggest moguls, a man who built an empire from the shadows, is now being accused of plotting to destroy Nicki Minaj's freedom? According to shocking insider claims, Jay-Z and Roc Nation allegedly had a secret plan to place Nicki Minaj under a conservatorship, just like Britney Spears. And the only reason this plan failed was because 50 Cent found out first. Sounds unbelievable, right? But when you connect the dots, the shady media attacks, the sudden mental health rumors, and the mysterious industry insiders turning against Nicki, it all starts to make sense. Because this isn't just another rap beef. This is a war for power, money, and silence. Why is Nicki suddenly being painted as unstable? Why are stories about her husband's criminal past resurfacing now? And why did 50 Cent suddenly go on a full-blown crusade against Jay-Z, calling him out by name? Behind the scenes, sources claim a network of executives, lawyers, and doctors are being used to manipulate the narrative, the same playbook that broke Wendy Williams and nearly ended Kanye West. But here's the part that nobody saw coming. Nicki Minaj might not be the only target. Because according to 50 Cent, this isn't just about Nicki, it's about exposing the entire system Jay-Z helped build. Stay tuned, because once you hear what's next, you'll never look at Roc Nation the same way again. They say the music industry runs on secrets. But every once in a while, those secrets start to leak. This story begins not in a studio, but in a boardroom, deep within the walls of Roc Nation, Jay-Z's billion-dollar empire. On the outside, it's all about empowerment, artistry, and success. But according to whispers in the industry, behind closed doors, control has always been the real currency. And now, for the first time, that control may have gone too far. Because according to explosive claims by insiders and internet detectives, Roc Nation allegedly tried to put Nicki Minaj under a conservatorship. Yes, the same kind of legal trap that once silenced Britney Spears. And the man who blew the whistle? 50 Cent. The same 50 Cent who's built his brand on calling out power, from Diddy to Oprah and now Jay-Z. But before we get into the storm, we need to go back. Back to where this tension truly began. Because 50 and Jay-Z were never friends, they were rivals. Not on wax, but in influence. And when Nicki Minaj rose to superstardom under Young Money, she became one of the few artists who didn't owe Roc Nation anything. She was independent, powerful, and outspoken, 3 qualities this industry doesn't handle well. And that's when the whispers began. Fade to black. But was Nicki Minaj's independence her biggest threat? In early 2024, Nicki Minaj appeared on The Breakfast Club, a platform deeply tied to Jay-Z's network. A casual conversation turned into chaos. She made comments about her legacy, about how artists like Migos, Thug, and French Montana came from her camp, but never gave her credit. The hosts chuckled, but then Charlemagne the God, Jay-Z's longtime associate, gave a cold response. Within hours, headlines twisted Nicki's words. Nicki Minaj shades new-gen artists. Nicki's still bitter over old feuds. But what really caught attention wasn't the backlash. It was Nicki's response. She jumped on X, formerly Twitter, and fired shots. Charlemagne the Fraud is Jay-Z's friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for disgusting setups against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bring it. The Wendy Williams mention changed everything. Because in one sentence, Nicki was implying that Wendy's downfall, her conservatorship, her public collapse, wasn't random. That there were powerful people behind it. People connected to Roc Nation. And that's when 50 Cent entered the chat. He hinted in cryptic posts that he warned Nicki months ago about industry vultures trying to control her. And suddenly everyone wanted to know, what does 50 know that the rest of the world doesn't? Enter Tasha K, a gossip vlogger with a history of uncovering celebrity secrets and, sometimes, starting wildfires. Tasha claimed that insiders told her Roc Nation allegedly had doctors on payroll, ready to diagnose Nicki with bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. The goal? To label her mentally unstable, making her eligible for a court-ordered conservatorship. And if that sounds crazy, it's not unheard of. Wendy Williams, Britney Spears, Kanye West, each one isolated, discredited, and controlled under the same playbook, create chaos.
Question their sanity.
Take control. But there was one thing Roc Nation didn't account for: Nicki's marriage. According to Tasha, the only reason Nicki hasn't been placed under a conservatorship yet is because she's married. Her husband Kenneth Petty automatically becomes her legal proxy, not Roc Nation. That's when the attacks on Kenneth began. Rumors flooded the internet. Ken is stealing Nicki's money. Ken is violent. Nicki's losing millions because of her husband. But the timing was suspicious. Every story, every leak, every shade post appeared just as these conservatorship rumors started to spread. So, was this really about Nicki's marriage? Or was it about clearing the path to take her empire? Because when it comes to control, the industry doesn't negotiate, it eliminates. The Roc Nation Brunch, a yearly gathering of the elite, where power isn't just flaunted, it's assigned. Insiders say this is where alliances are built and enemies are chosen. And over the years, Nicki Minaj's absence from that circle became impossible to ignore. While Jay-Z mentored Rihanna and Beyoncé through Roc Nation, Nicki remained the outsider, a self-made queen who refused to bend the knee. And that independence may have cost her, because around the same time, media narratives began to shift, painting Nicki as difficult, erratic, and unpredictable. Who controls those narratives? The same conglomerates that have business ties with Roc Nation. And it's not just coincidence. As 50 Cent said in one of his Instagram posts, "These people move like the mafia. It's not about music, it's about control. Once you stop playing their game, they make you look crazy." It's a strategy that's been used time and time again. Control the press. Discredit the person. Own the story. And according to multiple bloggers, the alleged campaign to discredit Nicki wasn't just professional, it was personal. Because the one thing Jay-Z's empire fears more than a scandal is a woman who can't be controlled. As the story spread, fans went wild. The Barbs, Nicki's loyal fanbase, flooded Twitter with hashtags like #ProtectNickiMinaj and #StopRocNationControl. One viral tweet read, "They destroyed Wendy, they tried Kanye, and now they want Nicki? Not this time." Another user wrote, "Nicki's not crazy. Jay-Z's just scared she can't be bought." Meanwhile, others weren't convinced. Skeptics pointed out that 50 Cent has a long history of trolling Jay-Z, and that this might just be another round of online beef. But when 50 began posting Jay-Z memes, Roc Nation lawsuits, and cryptic messages like "she knows now," fans started to wonder if this was deeper than jokes. And then came the AI video Nicki posted, showing Jay-Z in Beyoncé's closet with the caption, "I am your karma." The internet exploded. Was this art? A message? Or a warning? And in the chaos, one truth became clear. Something big was brewing, and Nicki was no longer afraid to fight back. To understand the stakes, we have to understand the psychology behind it. Jay-Z built his empire on control of image, sound, and influence. 50 Cent, on the other hand, thrives on disruption. Chaos is his weapon. And Nicki Minaj? She's a symbol of defiance in an industry that punishes independence. So when 50 called out Jay-Z, it wasn't just about Nicki, it was about exposing a system. A system where artists are rewarded for obedience, but punished for rebellion. The alleged conservatorship plan fits perfectly into that pattern. If you can't silence someone through contracts, you silence them through diagnosis. Was Jay-Z jealous of Nicki's power? Or was he simply protecting an empire that couldn't afford another Kanye-level meltdown on its doorstep? It's possible that Roc Nation saw Nicki's unpredictability as a financial risk, especially with massive brand deals, streaming partnerships, and the volatile social media climate. But there's another angle. What if Jay-Z wasn't behind it at all? What if this entire narrative, planted by 50, was his way of pulling Jay-Z into the mud, making him look like the puppet master of Hollywood's darkest secrets? Either way, one thing's clear. In this war, nobody's clean. As 50 Cent's posts gained traction, journalists began digging deeper. That's when they uncovered something shocking. Roc Nation had allegedly been involved with a mental health consulting group, the same one linked to Wendy Williams' legal team. If true, this would connect every Nicki hinted at in her tweets. Charlemagne, Wendy, Roc Nation. The web suddenly made sense, and Nicki wasn't crazy for seeing it. But here's the twist. While fans were blaming Jay-Z, some insiders claim the real mastermind behind the conservatorship plots was not Jay-Z himself, but Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez, a powerful executive who's faced controversy before. And according to online reports, even Desiree's own daughter had been placed in a mental facility recently, a chilling coincidence that fueled even more conspiracy. So now, the question becomes, was Jay-Z truly the villain, or just a name caught in a much bigger machine? Because sometimes, the people pulling the strings aren't the ones in front of the camera. The internet wants answers, but the silence from Roc Nation is deafening. No statements. No denials. No clarifications. 50 Cent continues to tease receipts in his upcoming Diddy documentary. Nicki keeps posting cryptic messages about karma. And Jay-Z? He hasn't been seen at a public event in months. Maybe that's coincidence. Or maybe the storm hasn't even begun. Because if what 50 Cent claims is true, and if the whispers about Roc Nation's control tactics are real, then this isn't just about one artist. It's about a pattern. From Britney, to Kanye, to Wendy, and now possibly Nicki Minaj. Different faces. Same strategy. So we'll leave you with one final question. Is Nicki Minaj being paranoid? Or is she finally the one brave enough to say what no one else will? Power never disappears. It just changes hands. So let's get this straight. Jay-Z, one of hip-hop's most powerful moguls, is now being accused of secretly trying to control Nicki Minaj's life through a conservatorship, and 50 Cent just blew the entire operation wide open. But here's the question. Backhand index pointing right, do you think this is just another industry rumor, or the biggest power play in hip-hop history? Because if what 50 is saying is true, this isn't just about Nicki Minaj. This could expose a system built to control artists, silence rebels, and protect billion-dollar brands. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. Smash that like button if you're tired of seeing powerful voices being silenced. And if you haven't already, subscribe because this story is far from over. In the next video, we're diving into the hidden war between Roc Nation and the rappers they couldn't control, from Kanye to Rihanna, and maybe even Beyoncé herself. Yeah, it gets that deep. So stay tuned, turn on notifications, and remember, in the music industry, what's crazy is often just the truth they don't want you to believe.